when you're speaking of fighters like Gennady Golovkin, these knockout artists that everybody rates and says are the best, in my opinion, he's slow. For every one punch he would throw at me, I'm going to throw 5, 6, 7 punches. I know I have a chin. I know I can take a shot. So if he's not going to knock me out, he's not going to beat me. Those are the words of Chris Eubank Jr. speaking of Gennady Golovkin. And now I'm going to quote his father, Chris Eubank Sr. He says, Golovkin would get wrecked. But the world I live in is crazy. People say I'm crazy. Well, of course I am. You have to be. You can't make world champion if you're not crazy. The sense that I see is that he wrecks Golovkin. He doesn't have anything on Junior. Nothing. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the DNA. Those are the words of Chris Eubank Sr. Still talking about Gennady Golovkin. The possibility of fighting him in the future. A lot of boxing fans are very frustrated and angry at the Eubanks for not going through with the Golovkin fight. But in all fairness, there are two sides to every story. We've heard Eddie Hearn's side, and most people are taking Eddie Hearn's side. Most people believe what Eddie Hearn is saying, and they don't believe what the Eubanks are saying. They believe that the Eubanks just used the Golovkin situation to bolster their own public profile. And perhaps they did. Who knows? The only people that really know the truth are the Eubanks and Eddie Hearn. So let me know what you think of this, people. Is there any validity at all in what the Eubanks are saying with regards to Gennady Golovkin? Are there any of you out there who actually believe that Chris Eubank Jr. could beat Golovkin? I've gone on record as saying that I think in maybe 12 to 18 months, Chris Eubank Jr., I'm not saying he beats Golovkin, but I do think he gives him a very tough fight in 12 to 18 months. And if Danny Jacobs is able to at least give Golovkin a very hard time, then I think a lot more people are going to start thinking, you know what, maybe Eubank Jr. can give Golovkin problems down the line. Golovkin is what, 33, 34 years old? 18 months time, he'll be what, 35, 36, depending on when his birthday is during the year. Pressure fighters don't tend to have as long a careers as more technical boxers who don't engage. And that's what I see when I look at Golovkin. He's a pressure fighter. He does get hit. I anticipate him, as long as this fight goes with Danny Jacobs, he'll get hit in that fight too. It puts wear and tear on you. And it's not only getting hit in actual fights, it's getting hit in the gym. That's where a lot of the real damage is actually done in boxing, in the gym. Because you obviously fight way more rounds in the gym than you ever do in a professional ring. That's my view. And as far as the Eubanks and their comments, a lot of people just see it as trolling. And not only them acting as though they were going to fight Golovkin and then not fighting him, not only will some people see that as a publicity stunt, but they'll also see all these comments, like these quotes, as just publicity stunting, really. They've got this upcoming fight with Reynold Quinlan on ITV. And by the way, I have to reiterate, if this ITV show is a success, and looking at who they've put on the undercard, which is, to be honest with you, quite impressive that they've managed to put that undercard together. I'm not saying it's the greatest undercard in the world, but for the Eubanks to do their first show and have it on pay-per-view and have those guys on the undercard, that's quite a feat. That is quite a feat. From a business perspective, you have to be a bit impressed by that. Now, I'm not impressed by the fact it's pay-per-view. I don't think this is pay-per-view fair at all. But from a business perspective, I'm thinking, wow, how the hell did he get that done? And to get that level of fighter on there is quite impressive. And because it's got certain fighters on there like David Price, John Ryder, so on and so forth, Kid Galahad, etc. Because it's got those guys on there, I wouldn't put it past this show actually being some type of success. The Eubanks were on this morning with Piers Morgan just the other day. And that would have got them publicity. And obviously, this morning is on ITV, so they were publicizing the show. And ITV are going to be running adverts on their channel, probably during prime time for the fight. So if it was a success, it wouldn't actually surprise me, to be honest. And if it is, it's going to be a big, big coup for the Eubanks. And it could set a precedent for things to come. We'll see. But anyway, before I go off into a totally different realm there, speaking about a different topic, let me know what you guys think of the Eubanks comments on Golovkin. Are these things that they really believe? Maybe the son and the father believe different things. Maybe some people believe that the son truly believes he can beat Golovkin, but the father don't. Or vice versa. Or maybe neither of them think that they could beat Golovkin. Drop it all in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.